The sun has spun up a large sunspot and rotated it round from east to west. And now, planet Earth is looking straight down the barrel of a huge, fusion-powered plasma cannon. And the malevolent beast has bellowed and blared and fired upon us. It's called a coronal mass ejection event, a CME, a solar storm.
A solar storm is a general term that we use for solar flares and coronal mass ejections. Over sunspots, which are dark spots observed on the surface of the sun, we know that there are strong magnetic fields that surge up into the corona, steering the gas and causing something we call an active region, a large, bright knot of material. Periodically, that magnetic field can go unstable and cause tremendous explosion called a solar flare, or cause the material to fly across the solar system in what we call a coronal mass ejection, or CME.
These get to be very large structures. When these things leave the sun's corona, they're fairly small. They're the size of the sun or smaller, but they're expanding very rapidly. By the time they reach the orbit of the Earth, they're huge objects.
A good-sized CME can loft as much as 500 million tons of matter off the sun. Superheated atoms, stripped of their electrons, electrically charged. And that can spell trouble for any electrical and electronic devices in their path.
I'm always reminded of a Star Trek episode where they discover the enemy spaceship is firing weapons at them, and you can tell that it's coming at them because the energy bolt doesn't move, it just gets bigger. So when you see that happening, you know you better duck.
There's an initial burst of X-rays, which can increase the ionization in the Earth's upper atmosphere and affect radio transmissions immediately.
In 1998, an enormous CME impacted the Earth and caused a satellite to go down over the middle of the United States that happened to be carrying pager signals for almost everyone in the United States. As a result, doctors and nurses didn't get pages about their patients. Anybody who was expecting a page didn't get it, and that had a real impact on our society.
Similarly, the airlines flying over the poles, they can lose communications, and that's not legal for them to be flying in a situation where they're not in communication with the ground.
Large electrical power grids can pick up huge power surges. Long steel pipelines are at risk.
When one of these CMEs impacts the Earth's magnetic field, it causes the leading edge of our magnetic field to recoil toward the planet. That in turn changes the magnetic field near the surface of the planet and induces electric currents in anything that can conduct electricity. If it happens over a large power grid, the power grid carries a large DC current.
These things have a rhythm. The great heart of our friendly local star beats once every 11 years or so. With each majestic throb, storm intensity on the sun peaks.
Every 11 years, for reasons we don't understand, the sun's magnetic field completely reverses itself.